Hi, kiddos. It's Ms. Becca from the Clearview Library. I'm so glad that you are joining me for Art Like an Illustrator this week. We are going to study and learn about the art of Ed Emberley and then make some of our own art like he does. Okay, so let's jump in. You should have picked up your take-home kit with your supplies from the library. So this is Ed Emberley. This is what he looks like. And that book right there is a book that is a lot of fun. And I put some samples from it in your take-home kit. So you should have those so that you can kind of get an idea of what kind of art we're going to be doing. We're going to be using our thumbs and other fingers too, if you want, to make creations like Ed Emberley does. So if you've been to Art Like an Illustrator before, then you've heard me say this, but I love to host Art Like an Illustrator because I love appreciating the details in picture books and because I'm not an artist, but I love trying out new styles of art and creating. So that's what we're going to do together. Let's meet Ed Emberley. We're going to watch a little video where we can hear him and hear him talk about the opportunity that he had to have some of his artwork featured in a museum.
We wanted to find an exhibition and an artist that we could celebrate, but also that would speak to us, speak to our public, and speak to a story that we wanted to tell. Great art tells stories. He's not just an incredibly gifted artist, but he's a master storyteller. He's able to weave together all these different narratives and tell not just one story, but many stories. He's something very special, and that's why to celebrate him in a museum context is what this is about. It's about elevating his work and saying this person belongs in the canon of other artists that we celebrate and talk about in a museum.
Ed Emberley's work really does speak to intergenerational audiences of all types. The biggest joy of bringing this exhibition to the Worcester Art Museum for me has been how our audiences respond to his work. Since he has been living and working and publishing for over 60 years, you'll see such a vast variety of changing and evolving works of art. And this exhibition is special because of that.
I know something about art museums of a high quality. I never thought any of my drawings would end up maybe on the wall of the restroom or had little scraps of paper floating around, but not hanging up. Especially not a nice museum like the Worcester Art Museum.
He's just a rare artist. I think of all the projects I'll be able to do in my lifetime, there will never be another project like this. Thank you, Ed Emberley. Thank you for giving me these books and for giving me a chance to believe in my own self.
I have memories of his drawing books. Other adults are going to have those memories as well. So hitting on those memories of picture books growing up, people are going to respond in many different, very personal ways to this exhibition. I think everyone has something that they can take away from his work.
Okay, so let's take a look at some of his books. I grabbed some of them from the library. We're going to read this one together in just a minute, but here is the book, Go Away, Big Green Monster. Then we have The Red Hen, and what's really cool about this book is that it's actually written by his daughter, Rebecca, and he illustrated it. Same with this book, Spare Parts. And There Was an Old Monster. And my question for you, because we always talk about this, is what kind of materials do you think that he might have used to make some of these illustrations? Can you tell by looking at the front covers? He also has lots of drawing books, and this is one of his drawing books, How to Draw Monsters and More Scary Stuff, with lots of cool step-by-step guides. There's also, I didn't put it on the screen, but his drawing book of faces too, all kinds of faces. So let's read together, Go Away, Big Green Monster. And I want you, as we're listening to it, to watch how the shapes disappear and reappear. Go Away, Big Green Monster by Ed Emberley. Big Green Monster has two big yellow eyes. and a long bluish greenish nose, and a big red mouth with sharp white teeth. 2 little squiggly ears, scraggly purple hair, and a big, scary green face. But you don't scare me, so go away, scraggly purple hair. Go away, 2 little squiggly ears. Go away, long bluish greenish nose. Go away, big green face. Go away, big red mouth. Go away, sharp white teeth. Go away, 2 big yellow eyes. Go away, big green monster. And don't come back until I say so. I love how he uses the holes that are all throughout the book and how he adds things and then takes them away. Pretty clever. All right, so now that we've read one of his books, let's learn a little bit more about Ed Emberley. These are some things that I thought were kind of interesting to share with you. So he's written some books and he's illustrated even more. And a lot of them he worked together with his daughter, Rebecca, like I mentioned. He uses a lot of shapes and he uses cut paper. We've seen a lot of illustrators that have done that too. He's also created drawing books like this one, which I loved when I was a kid. And he has step-by-step books for drawing all kinds of things too. This one in particular is all about using your fingerprints, and this is what we're going to base our art off of today. And like we heard in the video, he has a museum show all about his art. So let's find out what our project is. Inside of your take-home kit, you should have your supplies. You should have drawing paper that comes from the notepad that looks like this. You should have a thin Sharpie, and you should have 4 different colors of ink pads. You also should have an idea sheet that I got from this book. I just picked out a few pages that I thought, oh gosh, the camera, that I thought were kind of cool and put them in there to kind of inspire you. And then directions also, just kind of a note from me. All right, so let's get creating. What we're going to do is take our ink pad. It's going to be a little tricky for me to show you with my laptop, okay? But we're going to start with the mouse. And you are going to discover, because I know you all are fantastic artists that are really brave and creative and really excellent at trying new things and just kind of creating whatever comes to you. But we're going to do the mouse that's up there, okay? So I'm going to pick out, I think I'm going to make my mouse this kind of like pinkish color that I have. So we're going to use our thumbprint. I'm going to put my thumb on top of the ink and got my thumb all nice and inky, and I'm going to press it down anywhere on my paper. And if you don't like it and you feel like you can do a better thumbprint, guess what? You have lots of paper. You can do it again. Maybe I'm going to make 2 mice, and I'm going to like really push it on there. All right, so I've got 2 thumbprints, and this will wash off, so don't worry. Now we're going to get our marker, and I'm going to draw. And you're not going to see me drawing, but I'll show you what it looks like. You can just listen and watch along. I'm going to put 2 eyes, and I really like how it shows what you're adding each step. So first I'm going to do 2 eyes, like that. Whoop. And then the nose, like a bigger, almost an oval for the nose. I'll make it a little bigger. There it is, a little bit bigger. And, oh, the whiskers. Looks like there's 3. Everything's better when you have sound effects. There's the whiskers. And some ears. Shoo, shoo. My ears are not exactly the same. And you know what? I'm going to be like Elsa and I'm going to let it go. That's okay. And what else? Oh, tiny little dots at the bottom for the feet. And finally, a squiggly line for a tail. Here. Oh my gosh, how adorable is this cute little mouse? So you've got some idea sheets in your bag. You've got lots of pieces of paper. I'm sure you have more paper at home. You can make cards. You can use any kind of paper that you have. You've got 4 different colors. I want you to get creating and see what you can make. And since we are not able to be together to do Art Like an Illustrator in person because the library is closed right now for being remodeled, for getting completely changed up and getting like a makeover, then if you want to share your artwork with me, I'd love for you to. You can send me a picture to my email address. There it is, becca@clearviewlibrary.org. And I'm so glad that we got to do Art Like an Illustrator. Have a wonderful day.